If we have a straight line, there are many vectors that are parallel with the line. So for example, this one or this one. So there are many directional vectors for a straight line. If you put a straight line into a coordinate system, we know that we can write this line as ax plus b. So all straight lines can be written in this way. One directional vector for that line is given by 1a. Take for example this red vector here. Let's say that this step is 1. So if you go one step in the x direction, then we know per definition that we go a steps in the y direction. So going one step in the x direction, we go the slope steps in the y direction. But that means that the components of the vector, this red vector, must be 1a. So a directional vector for this straight line must be 1a. This is just one choice. There are many other choices. And all the other choices of directional vectors we just get by multiplying this by an arbitrary constant, where the constant is not 0. So we get all the directional vectors from this. For example, let's say that we have the straight line y equal to 3x plus 2. Then we know that a is equal to 3. So the slope is equal to 3. Then the directional vector for this straight line is 1, 3. And we can get all others just multiplying this with arbitrary constants. For example, we can multiply this with 4 or minus 4. Then we get another one. If we have a horizontal line, then the directional vector of this one is 1, 0, since the slope of this one is 0. If we instead have a vertical line, then we know that this doesn't have a slope, or if it had a slope, the slope would be infinity. So we can't write it in this form like 1a. But it's obvious what the directional vector for this is, because if we go one step up in the y direction, then we go 0 steps in the x direction. So this is a directional vector for this vertical one. And we can get all others just multiplying any constant here, where c is not equal to 0. So this special case, vertical, is easy to figure out what it is, like this. So this is the directional vector for the horizontal line. This one is directional vector for the vertical.